We'll be starting very, very shortly for the next couple minutes for us. Please head over to the stage.
Backwards. There we go. They can do the mic back. What's that? Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks, man. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Get started in just a minute, okay?
So we do the like big white blobs. The guy kind of like the straight right.
Let me get the mic. Thanks, man.
Dude, where's the mic? All right, Bladers, the Q&A is about to start. Please make your way over here. We'll be starting in about a minute or so. Thank you.
Testing 1 2. There we go. All right. Hey everybody. Testing 1 2. There it is. Hey everybody, how's it going? Going good. Hold on, we're gonna need to go on the street. Hello. There it is. Got to keep it focused, locked into the mic. No, it's good, man. I appreciate that offer though. All right, everybody. I gotta hear a louder noise. Come on, we're here at Beyblade Day. Can we give it up for Beyblade Day really quick, everybody? Appreciate that. Awesome. And I would like to give a very warm welcome to our special guest, our very special guest, Kimlin Tran. Give it up for Kimlin Tran, everybody. Kimlin, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Noah. And CCS. Yay!
Awesome. Very cool. All right, so what we're going to do, everybody, is today is going to be one of the activities of the Q&A. So we're going to ask some questions. So if anyone in the audience has any questions for Kimlin, if you want to talk about Pokemon, you want to talk about Beyblade, you want to talk about whatever you want to go into for voice acting, we're going to talk about it today. So we're going to get into the juicy details. So first things first, we have a bunch of questions that have been submitted in, but I also want to hear from the audience too. Does anyone have any questions they want to start with? Okay, I saw one right here. So the question was, what was it like to voice as Valt Aoi? Okay.
Valt Aoi. It was really fun, but also really challenging because every single session for several seasons, I had to announce all of Valtryek's attacks before we had to switch in. Like, no, you don't have to do it all the time. We can only do one for the bank recording, which is sort of like you put it inside like a library of sounds. But before that, I did it for every single episode. Oh look, there's something different with the mouth flap this time. You have to scream differently this time. Oh, okay, Valtryek whip, ultimate whip V, and everything. It was a challenge, but a fun one though.
That's cool. And that's what's cool about voice acting too. So I always see it as like every different role is a different challenge, right? Like where it's like how is the director going to bring it and how is the actor going to interpret it too, right?
Yeah, because when I was recording for Beyblade, I was supposed to do my performance differently from the previous voice actress, who was Sabrina. Sabrina's performance was for seasons 1 and 2, and my season was more mature. because he's more relaxed, but still can amp it when he needs to. But he's also like looking after the other bladers. And if you've seen the show, he looks after a lot of bladers, especially the ones that him.
That's good. That's a good character right there. Someone who cares about everyone else, you know? So that's awesome. So you had a question right here, yeah? Ooh, do you still talk to your cast members?
Yes, I do, and it's really funny because when I found out who voiced Shu in the newer seasons, there was this really silly, I have a really funny story about it. Because the voice actor says, "I'm your best friend," and I'm like, "Which one?" And then he's like, and we're like, "Your best friend, Shu," and I'm like, "Oh." Yeah, that's not how you treat your best friend. No wonder we had a season 2 about it. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Shu. But it's okay. I still talk to Alan and Koi, who voiced for both Shu and Free. And pretty much everyone else that come across my path, and I'm all like, "Oh, yay! Beyblade! You're being all awesome and demon slaying! And other stuff! You're so amazing!"
Awesome. No, and that's what's really cool too, is like when you get a chance to work with the cast, like you get to bond with them, you know? You were actually through an adventure with them, you know? So that's really awesome. That's great to hear. All right, I want to make sure I get to everybody. Right over here. Oh, well, that's a great question. What other characters do you voice?
Let's see. If you play Cookie Run Kingdom, I voice for Cookie Ho Cookie, the little cookie that turns into a marshmallow fox. She does. Yay! You're not. I play it too.
There you go.
Okay, I also voiced in Ruby Volume 9 as the voice of the blacksmith. Basically God in that series. And most recently, well not most recently, I'm saying it out of order. I also voiced for Coco in Pokemon the movie Secrets of the Jungle. Lots of parallels. Most people who were watching Secrets of the Jungle are like, what's Valt doing swinging through the trees in the forest? And I'm all like, it's a Valt, it's Coco.
Yeah.
No.
Parallel universes.
Parallel universes! And then people are probably seeing like Coco as Valt, and I'm like, oh look at that! He's going on more adventures beyond Pokemon Land.
Yeah. Speaking of that, was the was kind of like the vocal pitch pretty similar from doing like Valt with Coco, or?
Yes, it's pretty much the same pitch. It's just the only difference is the acting and the performance. Because at the beginning of Secrets of the Jungle, he does speak English because no one can understand Pokemon except for Coco and the other Pokemon. But the moment he enters the realm with Ash and friends, he speaks in Zaru. So he's like, Zaru, 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 Zaru. And then it's sort of like, yeah, okay, he's a Pokemon now. I'm like, yeah. But it's the same pitch and everything. They go through different journeys. Valt is more perky and more bubbly, and he brings it when any of his friends are hurt. But for anyone in Coco's family, he gets mad, big mad. He gets very angry.
All right, any more questions? Let's go right here. What's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, which 6 Pokemon would you bring if you were going up against Ash? Oh, that's a good question.
Legendaries included or no? Any. Ooh, okay. I would bring Hawlucha, but I know Ash has Hawlucha too, so I guess it would be I can be the heal Hawlucha, the shiny Hawlucha. Okay, I'll have a Gyarados, a Gengar, so that's like 3. Let's see. We need a type spread here. Any electric types? Let's see. Yes, let's have Pikachu, because we'll have dueling Pikachus. Why not? It's happened with Richie and other Pikachus in the past. And what's one more? There are lots of Pikachus out there. Zaru, yes, definitely. You have to have Dada there. We gotta flex. We gotta flex with the pink cape and everything. And we have like, do we have number 6?
Number 6. All right, shout out to Pokemon. What should we have on the team?
A fire type.
Yeah. Chimchar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Charmander.
Ooh, I want Cinderace.
Cinderace. Like a Cinderace.
Yeah, we're going for Cinderace. Yeah. Why not go with Arceus? You know what? We would probably lose anyway because he wants everyone to win. I mean, he's good sportsmanship and all this stuff with the god of all Pokemon and all that.
You have to like go and fight.
It's true. How's it going, man? Yeah? Ooh, what is your favorite season for Beyblade Burst? Yeah, that's a good question.
The most recent one, but personally I really like Turbo because I know for me it was one of my first biggest roles like ever. One of the first ones. I mean, sure I had Miss Fortune and Robo Fortune and Skullgirls and Digit and Dusty Lucy and Tail, but to be a recurring character in an anime was sort of like full circle. It's all about the anime out there. And then I was like, I found memes to watch the anime as it as it aired in Japan, and that was how excited I was to be a part of the show. I just had to find out, is Valt in this episode? Okay, not in this episode. Okay, I'll see you next week.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, and what's cool is you got to see it like firsthand. Like you got to be like one of the OG fans of the character before you played it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. Let's go right here.
Who's your favorite Beyblade character?
Favorite Beyblade character? That's a good one.
Valt, that's a really hard one. I really like Shu, but I also like Wakia, strangely enough. I strangely like Wakia a lot more than everyone else. I mean, Wakia owns a jet, okay? And basically, what is it? I'm trying to remember what else he owns. A lot of stuff. He's not spoiled. He actually basically developed as a character over time. And I really like how Wakia just grew into himself. Because he was like, I remember that first episode where he's like, I'm afraid of heights. And then now he's just flying in a jet like it's no big deal. And it's just sort of like, I talk about the jet a lot, but that's because he just flies his team everywhere. And it's always talking about, like, I'm trying to remember what's it called. He doesn't go into but does he? In the latest season? Someone would need to refresh my memory on that because it's been 5 years of voicing this character.
That's fair. Yeah, I expect it. Any other questions? Yes, right here. Yeah. How long have you been doing voice acting for? Yeah. That's a great question.
I've been voice acting since 2008, so at least 15 years. Yeah. And I remember voice acting ever since I was like in my senior year of high school. And I was such a high schooler back then. I was like, what am I doing with the rest of my life? I think I'll be a writer. I think voice acting took off more than writing did.
And that's pretty cool too, because you get to see the experience of the story as a writer, and then as a voice actress, you get to really kind of broaden out a specific character, you know? So I still fits in that, like, creating a world kind of experience, you know?
Yeah. I mean, from the perspective of a writer, I have to write stuff that the actors don't read, which is subtext. And then as an actor, I have to act stuff that's not written. So it's sort of like, oh no, what am I doing with my life?
Nice. Let's go right over here. One more time. Oh, how do you feel about Beyblade Burst?
Ending.
Oh, the ending. Oh, how do you feel about the ending of Beyblade Burst?
Oh. Well, on one end, I was glad that everybody got to show up for the grand tournament at the very end. And that made me very happy because we got to see a bunch of characters you didn't see since season 1. And then at the same time, it was sort of like, this is the end? No! You can do another season. Look, you can learn more characters. And we can basically, no! But at the same time, I understand all the things will end eventually. And who knows? Maybe you might see the character again. We don't know.
So I have a question for the audience. Would you guys like to see Valt come back?
Yeah!
All right. Well, write in your letters now to Beyblade. No. All right, let's see. Well, I want to make sure everybody gets a chance, too. We're going to go right here.
Either before or after you do any research on the previous generations?
Oh, did you do any research on the previous generations of Beyblade? Yeah, before doing the role.
The most research I did, aside from watching season 1, because that's the season. Like, I mean, like not OG season 1, because I watched that as it aired, but I had to watch the Burst season to study for Valt, because every season has its own style going in. So I couldn't use the same acting style as they did in the OG season, or in Metal Fusion, or in basically anything in between. So, I mean, the most I knew about it was what my friend Devin Mack, who worked on the Metal series, told me about the series. Said, yeah, the stakes are pretty big, but I'm not sure if it's that big in Burst. I mean, there are buildings that explode in the Metal series, and there's the splitting of the seas. There's lots of crazy stuff in that one. I'm not sure if that's in Burst. I mean, we get close, but who knows if that's all in our mind.
Awesome. I saw your hand up for a while, too, yeah.
What is your favorite Beyblade?
Ooh, what is your favorite Beyblade?
If I'm correct, it's the same one on this print. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it might be Sword Valt Aoi, but I might be wrong. Let's see. Let's see if we got an expert up here.
Savior.
Nice. The one right there. Oh, it's right there, huh?
Oh, there you go.
Hey! Oh, Jack, what are you doing here? I got to voice Valt Aoi for a little bit too. Not for too long, but for a little bit. And they had to say, hey, you have to sound older than that. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Also, this lovely print can be picked up also at Kimlin's booth, so you should go check that out too. But, all right, let's see. Let's go right over here.
What are you currently working on?
Oh, what are you currently working on?
Let's see. I can't say what I'm currently working on. NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. The closest one I can talk about is I worked on a horror game called Pro Country as the voice of Mara Forrest, and it takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, actually. So if I want to go on a photo shoot, I have to look for an abandoned theme park to like not die in.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, hey, check that out. There you go. And we're going to go over here, and then I'm going to bring it over to you, okay? Right here.
Hi. I was wondering if there are any phrases very particular to your character's voice that you continue to use in your everyday life.
Ooh, that's a great question. Yeah, so any phrases that Kimlin has used as her characters that she uses still to this day in real life?
Just 3, 2, 1. Count.
Sure.
I know that for Coco, I use I'm a Zarude, I'm my dada's son. I mean, let's see how loud I can get. I'm a Zarude, I'm my dada's son! Because I always like to use it as like, you know what, this is my dad. I believe my dad so much that I say it to myself every day. My sister can actually back this up. I do say it when I'm driving. Yeah. Maybe not at that volume all the time, but sort of like, I'm a Zarude, I'm my dad's son. I can do this.
Good hype train energy. I love that. We're going to go right here. Ooh, are you still? So you're is she still able to voice the character she voiced in the past?
The way I see it, so like, I think I can still voice Fidget because Fidget was like 15 years ago.
Let's see. Her voice is way up here, and you like to fly around, stay out of trouble, maybe get in a little bit of trouble. I think I can still voice Fidget.
Okay, So it depends. I know some characters have a technique called using a pitch pipe, where you use a catchphrase to get into character. But that usually what helps me. But for me, the way I see it is that if I lose a character voice because of age, that means I get new voices to play with.
Absolutely. With experience, new experiences come around. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go right here.
Have you ever watched
Beyblade. Have you watched Beyblade Burst Surge or something? Yeah. Have you seen the show?
Not enough of it. I need to watch more of it. That's what.
There you go.
It was Dante, so...
It is Dante. I got to. Didn't I punch his robot? I think I punched. Wait. No. That's Bell. I punched Bell's robot. Dante, I got to basically tell Delta that he just needs to reach out his friends whenever he needs help. So I watched a little bit of that season, but mostly for my sleeps because it was the moments I got to live inside the show.
All right, so we have one quick question, and then we're going to do a final ending here. So here's a fun question for you, Kimlin. If you could do anything you wanted, blank check, okay? You own the rights to Beyblade. You can make whatever project you want. It could be a souvenir product. It could be a part from the show or a movie. What would you make and why? Anything you want.
Can I make a gigantic base stadium like they have every season?
Yeah,
Have you seen how big they are? I mean, you need a lot of money for that. You've seen all the architecture that's in each of the episodes whenever they go to a new venue. We need lots of those.
Sure. That's a good thing. I love how world building you went with it too. It's not like, oh, I want a movie and I want to make a bunch of money. No, you're like, I want Beyblade to be real and I want it to be giant. It's the whole world. That's awesome. All right, very cool. All right, so we're about to wrap up here, but don't go away, everybody, because we have one last thing we'd like to share with Kimlin. So come on.
All right, first of all, let's go ahead and give a round of applause for Kimlin Tran for coming out. And then I remember on one of your Instagram posts, you said you didn't have enough Valkyrie stuff to basically have around. So as part of all of us here, I'd like to give to you an Ultimate Valkyrie. All right, it's one of the last versions that ever came out for it. It's getting harder to find nowadays, but we had a couple where like, but yeah, we'd like to give that to you, and hopefully you can join your display with the rest of your memorabilia. There we go. All right. Again, can we give a round of applause for Kimlin Tran? I'll announce those, yeah. And then, yeah, so she'll still be here for the rest of the day. She'll be doing signings and everything like that. So if you do have some cool Valkyrie or Valkyrie memorabilia you want to go get signed, or she has some amazing prints as well, feel free to come over here or get a picture, go and talk to her about your favorite memories of the show. I know I always love when the special moves are being said and everything like that. You can ask my roommate, I always tell it to him. So, yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for coming, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Go ahead and announce the next sign-up. We'll have everyone come back up here in a moment for the next stadium sign-ups. Can the winners of the Burst tournament come see more graphs?
If you won the Burst, you were first, second, or third in the Burst tournament, please come.